Dua's layer, according to a 2013 paper by Harminder Singh Dua's group at the University of Nottingham, is a layer of the cornea that had not been detected previously. It is hypothetically 15 micrometers thick, the fourth caudal layer, and located between the corneal stroma and Descemet's membrane. Despite its thinness, the layer is very strong and impervious to air. It is strong enough to withstand up to 2 bars of pressure. While some scientists welcomed the announcement, other scientists cautioned that time was needed for other researchers to confirm the discovery and its significance. Others have met the claim with incredulity. The choice of the name Dua's layer has also been criticized. Study. In a paper published in 2013, the existence of a new layer was suggested by Harminder Singh Dua et al. Dua's team from the University of Nottingham are conducting transplant-related research on donated eyes. Simulating corneal surgery, they injected tiny bubbles of air into the cornea. Descemet's membrane was surgically removed, causing the air bubble to dissipate in some specimens, but not others. Further experimentation revealed that all air bubble-free specimens could be re-inflated with a type 1 bubble. After the bubble was inflated to the point of popping, no further bubble could be formed from further injection, indicating that the bubble was being trapped by a distinct layer of material, not a random variation in the corneal stroma. The experimental results were studied by optical and electron microscopy. The images showed a thin layer of corneal collagen between the corneal stroma and Descemet's membrane. The findings were published in Ophthalmology in May 2013. The paper named the layer after the lead author, Harminder Dua. A press release reported Dua as saying that the discovery meant ophthalmology textbooks will literally need to be rewritten. Quote, in a later interview, he offered a more detailed explanation, disclaiming the rewritten textbooks of the press release implications. The authors of the paper believe that it may have important medical implications. The layer may help surgeons improve outcomes for patients undergoing corneal grafts and transplants. During surgery, tiny air bubbles are injected into the corneal stroma in what is known as the big bubble technique. Sometimes the bubble bursts, damaging the patient's eye. If the air bubble is injected under Dua's layer instead of above it, the layer's strength could reduce the risk of tearing. The understanding of diseases of the cornea, including acute hydrops, Descemetocele, and pre-Descemet dystrophies, may be affected if the existence of this layer is confirmed. Harminder Dua believes that from a clinical perspective, there are many diseases that affect the back of the cornea, which clinicians across the world are beginning to relate to the presence, absence, or tear in this layer. Corneal hydrops, a build-up of fluid in the cornea that is common in patients with keratoconus, might be caused by a tear in Dua's layer. Dua hypothesizes that such a tear would allow water from inside the eye to pass through and cause fluid build-up. Reaction. By August 2013, reaction to the news in the medical world ranged from welcoming to skeptical, and there was not as yet global academic support for a textbook change. Mark Terry, clinical ophthalmology professor at Oregon Health and Amp Science University, stated, "I applaud the fresh approach to corneal anatomy that Dr. Dua has taken, and I look forward to further documentation of the unique benefits of this layer in treatment." Quote, but Peter McDonnell, the director of the Johns Hopkins Wilmer Eye Institute and chief medical editor of the Ophthalmology Times, said that time was needed to see if others can confirm the existence of this new layer and its potential significance, and added that his own reading of Dua's paper was that this is not a description of a new layer in the sense of how we think of the corneal layers. In October 2013, Roger Stein assign it. The director of the Gavin Herbert Eye Institute and ophthalmology chair at the University of California, Irvine, both described the new layer as a purported discovery, and criticized the choice of name for the layer. In February 2014, Moki et al. Stated that they had read the recent claim of the discovery of a new corneal layer by Dua et al. With incredulity. The existence of pre-Descemet stromal tissue remaining after pneumodissection is well known. The further investigation of this pre-Descemet stroma confirms that it is stroma, and not a new corneal layer. Quote, they also criticized the self-chosen name Dua's layer, adding that, despite current trends to avoid medical eponyms, if such a medical eponym was desired, then the Physi stroma would be more appropriate.